Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Pitstop Fracas. I'm your host, Richard, and we're here today to review the United States Grand Prix. Got to start with the cast today. Hopefully won't get cancelled, but hey ho, game's the game, innit? Here to introduce the cast, and to start off in none other than Nam. Nam, how we doing today, brother?
Yeah, good. It was a great race. I got some agendas, so let's get cracking.
Love to see it. Kunle, straight out of the States. How we doing today, King?
I'm good, brother. What are you saying? How we doing? How we feeling? That was a good race, no?
Yeah. It was a good race, I can't lie to you. It was a good race.
Good race. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's a good race.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Martz, I know you got your camera off and shit. How we doing today, bro? Nah, Martz has gone missing. Speak still. Okay, last but not least, let's introduce Pitstop's most controversial cast member and probably the most hated on F1 Twitter, and that is none other than Mr. Run from the Ground, Anik. Anik, how we doing today, bro?
I'm good, Richard. Unfortunately, you can't put the camera on, so you can't see my beautiful face. The bandwidth, innit? That's the thing, the bandwidth. So obviously, I've started to turn off the camera today. They say Sunday nights should be reserved for NFL, and obviously NFL is a sport I'm closely related to, but mate, Sunday night show, threw up a thriller. Cracking race today. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about your boy, let's talk about it still. Because you've been ducking the smoke, haven't you, for quite some time, haven't you, Anik? Making up little excuses and all shit like that, haven't you? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the King. Right, and let's start off with. Hey, listen! Look in the comments. She's been asking for you. Look, hey, it's crazy out here. It's crazy. Hey, but let's start off with. Hey, let's not talk to. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that. Anyways, let's start off with some sad news, and that is none other than Dietrich Mateschitz. Of course, the news came out the other day that he suddenly passed away. So, of course, for those of you who don't know, he was the owner, 49% owner of Red Bull, like the whole of Red Bull, basically. Of course, he's the one who started it out back in, I think, 1984. So, of course, they went into sports and, of course, and lots of other different avenues and always testing limits and stuff like that. So, to start off, Nam, I know you're not the biggest fan of Red Bull, but you are a man of culture, if you will. So talk to me about Dietrich Mateschitz and the impact he's had on sport and F1 as a whole.
Well, without him, there's a few things. Without him, we won't have kind of like the industry of energy drinks that we do. I think he came in and really shook up the kind of like Gatorade, Lucozade dominance. So without him, we don't have this whole slew of energy drinks companies, and they have to thank him for that. In terms of sport, he's Mr. Extreme Sport. Think about it. The F1 team, you've got the those I can't remember, those airplane races, you've got extreme diving, you've got obviously rally car, well, not rally cars, but extreme racing in extreme places. So I mean, he's been absolutely monstrous. He's been the guy to really expand the sport into different areas and different fields. And you have to give props to that. He's a pioneer in that aspect. I mean, I have no qualms with the guy. I think he's actually someone to be admired in terms of his business kind of acumen, and moving into that. I kind of remove him away from the Red Bull racing team, so much so that because he did so much more. So he's going to be a massive loss. He's going to be a massive loss for just extreme sports in general. And I think he does deserve the credit of respect in this time.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fully agreed. He was definitely a pioneer and whatnot, and he will be sorely missed, to be honest with you. So, yeah, let's swiftly move on to qualifying. So, of course, in qualifying, Sainz got pole. Who else would happen? Stroll managed to get to Q3, qualified P7, of course, got moved into P5. But other than that, it wasn't really a special qualifying, to be honest with you. Not really much happened apart from those two incidents. Martz, I'm going to come to you on this. Have you got any takeaways of qualifying that you want to speak on?
Yeah. Certain people went over the white line. But obviously, that organization with no backbone didn't do nothing about it, but oh well. And that's my last thoughts on it.
Damn.
Absolutely my best behavior. We're live. You can't edit this. So I'm not saying no more.
I'm with some dangerous people right now, people.
Hey, Richard, sorry, quick one on qualifying. I got one question. We got Anik here, right?
Yeah. Damn. Is that actually Anik?
Of course I'm here.
NFC?
Of course I'm here. Bro,
Shit.
Buffalo Bills,
Shit.
mate. Buffalo Bills representative. I'm here. What's up? What's the question?
This is an
Well,
F1.
Anik, all right.
This is an F1
talk to
conversation. All right, so my question is, Charles was going to get a penalty, right? I mean, they changed some parts here and there. It's meant to his car is meant to be sort of freshly new parts, etc. Why did he not get pole? Just to cover off?
Stick it on pole.
Why couldn't he stick it on pole?
Damn.
What's going on there?
Sainz being
Just
pole. Scary.
Listen, if you check the sector times, you know he was up first, up second, and he just didn't do well. He didn't do well enough in the final sector.
So he bottled it.
Must have.
Bottled what? Pole.
Yeah, pole.
Must have.
Bottled pole. Okay. I mean, pole
I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you. Like,
okay.
Considering. No. Hold on. Shut up. I'm talking. Let me finish. I mean, considering that, you knew you were gonna get a penalty, right? Like, so you want to mitigate your penalty on Sunday to give you to give you a better chance on Sunday, right? So why, ideally, you get pole. Why did you not get pole? Just a simple question.
The final sector
So
of that last run. He didn't nail it. But you know what? Points are not handed out on Saturday,
brother. I'm not asking.
I know that.
We're talking about.
I know that more than anyone. Points.
We're talking about. We're talking about.
Hold on. Points don't matter to Charles anymore. He's out of the title race. So what's the points for?
Exactly.
He's second. He's in the only legal car on the grid, and he's second. So actually, you know what? He's in net first. That's where I look at it. And he went back up to first in the championship today. So, Kunle, in answer to your question, last sector, he didn't nail it.
And all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't nail the last sector. That's the reason why he didn't get.
You could be good at some positions, but if you can't finish strong, then it's just a failure, isn't it?
Bro, he made up 9 places in the race. Don't tell me about finishing strong. He came through like a hero.
Look, I've seen Max Verstappen do from
like a who?
I've
seen Max do from back of the grid from 20.
I've seen Lewis do from back of the grid.
I've seen,
All right, okay. Lewis, I can agree with, but Max, okay. When did you see Max do it?
I swear Max did it this season like 2 times.
Okay, yeah. This season, the same car that's been under investigation.
But I don't.
All right, cool.
That's what
I thought. That's what I thought.
I do not care.
We all know why that car is a rocket ship. We all know why that car is a rocket ship.
Anik,
so if you're going to say Max done it, at least Charles done it in a legal car. He done it in Canada. He sliced his way through the grid. He done it today as well. Sliced his way through the grid. And you know what? He was compromised on the first corner as well.
So he did all of that, and no championship. Snap.
He's getting the hose.
That's scary, you know?
Yeah. We're talking about 2022. Let's not talk about.
Richard. Sorry, Richard. I know you're hosting. Yeah, I know you're hosting, but I've got a couple questions. Seeing as we have Anik here, right?
Hey, cook, my brother, cook.
I mean, we're talking about legal cars, eh? Just
legal cars.
Yeah, legal cars. So, when did you? Canada was before technical directive, right?
No wins after technical directive.
So, what happened to the legality of your car after the technical directives came in. Like, you know, what's
Yeah,
been chat to me, like tell me what's going on. No wins. No wins. You know,
no wins after TD.
Not even challenging, you know.
Damn.
Tires,
You know what they
tires
say?
are getting
You know what they
cooked.
say? But you know what, Kunle, you know what they say? You got to fight
I don't know what
fire
they
with
say.
fire. But you got to fight fire with fire. And Red
So
Bull
you
are
gotta-
fighting fire
so
with
you
fire.
gotta cheat.
that's
So
what
you
they're
gotta
doing.
cheat, right?
So Red
So
Bull
you
cheating
think-
as well. So Red
so you
Bull
gotta
cheating
cheat.
as well.
You gotta
so you
cheat.
gotta
That's what
cheat.
you're trying to say.
I mean, look, we've not been put under any sort of investigation. Red Bull.
Brother,
are put under
where
investigation.
is your integrity?
And
my brother?
Leclerc has P2. He has P2.
Where is
So,
your
you
integrity?
know what? The way I
brother?
look at it, it's a net legal first place. That's what.
Oh, Lord of
Net
mercy.
legal.
You really
Anyway,
want to know if
Richard,
that's what it is.
Have
sorry,
shame.
Richard, continue.
have
Sorry,
shame.
brother. This man has zero
this-
shame and
Have
integrity.
shame, you know.
This is elite host scared from Anik. I can't lie. Elite host scared.
Scaring the women folk.
Bro, trust me. If I had the bandwidth
unacceptable.
and my camera was on, whew, trust me.
Anik,
I mean, we'll have about 50 minutes here.
Anik, points wise, yeah.
So you see your dodge here. Fuck out of here, Anik.
Anik, points wise,
Trust me.
is Charles closer to Max or to Sergio?
It don't matter about point. He is P2.
But it does.
He is P2.
And at the
He's
moment-
ahead of an illegal Red Bull in
At
the
the moment,
championship. He's ahead of an
Charles
illegal
has
Red
given
Bull
the
in
Tottenham
championship.
Hotspurs Leicester City kind of title charge. That's what he's doing, bro.
I mean, let's not talk about title charge of other teams, please. Let's not talk about
No,
title
let's
charge
talk
of other
about Charles and his title charts because he's the title contender, right? That's the one they put on the
Yeah.
post. That's what they put
I
on
mean,
the poster.
hold on. This
How
time
is
last
Sky
year.
going to promote
Hold
Abu
on.
Dhabi
If
now?
you want to,
How is Sky
No
going
way.
to promote Abu Dhabi now? They can't promote it because
No,
Charles
this
bought
is
it.
no way. Okay,
What are they gonna do?
They can't
I'll
even.
put
They
my
can't
hands
even.
up. You know,
They can't
I'll
promote
put my
the rest
hands
of the season because
Yeah, what are they going to do?
there's
What are
no
they gonna do now?
There's no battle for constructors. There's no
Nothing.
battle for drivers. And the contender for this year has been certain team
What
from
are they going to do now?
Maranello.
Battle for fourth.
Battle
Battle for
for
fourth teams. Damn.
I think-
we're the only one. Hold on, we're the only one that took it to Red Bull this year.
You
We're
didn't
the
take
only
it
team that's
anywhere,
taken
bro.
to the-
Right,
Support
with a
where,
limp-
bro?
What did
It's
you
like,
take
you know
it
what?
to?
with a limp penis.
Have you heard? Have you heard of David and Goliath?
Wow, damn.
Nah, can't.
Nah.
Fucking hell, now. Only 12 minutes in.
Bro, he said he took it to them. He's like, boy. You need
Nah,
to
man,
rag
so
on that
Hey,
upset, bro.
Hey,
Fucking hell.
this, a lot of.
Well, this is the final pit stop pod. You know, we're gonna get cancelled after today. This is what it is.
No, we're good. We're good. As long as you don't come on the pod, we're good.
Oh,
Anik,
God.
The
You know what?
streets are looking for you, and you've been.
Yeah, it's true. You know,
I'm
I've
here.
had
I'm
fans-
here. This is
I've had fans saying you're letting down the brown community.
Your face.
hey,
No word of a lie.
hold on.
No word of a lie.
Hold on.
Hey,
We've
JL,
got-
stop
we've
lying,
got-
bro. JL.
Hey,
JL's
listen,
chatting
we've got,
shit.
we've hold
Wait,
on,
Anik, hold
We've
on,
got,
Anik, hold
we've got
on,
Anik
Anik.
Sunak coming in.
Okay,
Hey, coach,
Anik,
she's
wait,
fucked
hold
then.
on. Anik, hold
Yeah.
on. Wait, I don't see why JL saying no one expected Ferrari to do better because, like, you
Huh?
man were in the group chat. You man were in the group chat running your mouth talking about, oh
Bruv,
yeah, we're gonna have fun.
They
We're
were
gonna
talking
get a
about
rocket.
special fuel.
You're
They were
gonna
talking
get
about
special fuel. Like, we're gonna be, bro, Anik.
They were talking
Let's
about special fuel, saying
let's
they're going to get the 20% more power.
more
Ten.
Now you're trying to like screw, like do a U-turn. Nah,
Hey.
B. Fuck out of here.
This toy
Fuck
prop
outta
is
here.
crazy, you know.
Oh God.
Crazy. Yeah, I know.
Was
Richard,
it
let's
you got
continue
Liz
with the
just
pod.
sacked?
So, Richard, let's continue with the let's continue with the pod, man.
Sad.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about,
let's-
Liz Truss? That wasn't me.
Least trust, the
Who's doing
JL
Liz Truss, bro?
Ferrari. They're all running away.
You
All running away
you-
from
hey,
the grind.
You was moving inappropriate in the group chat.
Hey.
Let's speak.
Hey. Can we talk about how Leclerc managed to overtake Max Verstappen?
Hey, let's come off that
You know
because
that?
we're saying
You
let's
know,
come
you know
off
how
that.
that doesn't
Let's
make any
talk
sense,
about.
yeah? You know how that doesn't make sense.
Wasn't
Yeah? Go
even
and look
on
at the
top.
lap that happened on, yeah?
It was barely a corner.
Look at the lap. Look at the lap that happened on, yeah? See who's first and see who's first in the lap after that happened.
No, but he got the.
He got what?
No, but you know what? Leclerc's got that dog in him. Yeah, he got overtaken. And
He's got a corgi in him, that's what he's got.
Lewis should have done that. This was the win for him.
So he got
This is the Queen's dog, yeah.
Got
That's
that
it.
dog in him.
So Leclerc got overtaken, yeah? Who was first? Who was first? Leclerc, right?
Lewis in clean air. At that point, Lewis was no. Hold on. Lewis was second at that point. He was second at that point behind Vettel.
Anik, this is a all of shame performance from you. Bro. I've seen you do shameful acts. This is like the biggest one in my life. Let's talk about the race.
You know what it's like.
Yeah, let's talk about race starts.
Let's talk about race.
I ain't talk about Leclerc no more. We'll cook him later. But anyways, let's talk about the race start. So of course, Max got off to a good start, and so did Sainz. Well, of course, he got tagged by oh no, he didn't get off to a good start, did he? No.
I was gonna say, bro.
Not really. No. Sorry, I was getting confused. Then. No, it was well, Max did get off to a good start, and then of course, coming into turn one, as is always carnage at Kota, Sainz got tagged by Russell. Basically, so I'm coming to you on this now. Who was at fault for the Sainz Russell incident?
I'm gonna be real with you, yeah. Gonna be really real. 100.
Be real with me, bro.
Sainz's fault. It's Sainz because Sainz. Okay, so the start happens. Sainz doesn't react quick enough. Yeah, we get to turn one. He's positioned his car right behind Max, and then slows down, turns.
I'm sorry, this stinks. I'm sorry.
Yo, I watched the thing, boy. It doesn't stink.
This is all George. The guy
No,
can't.
Let him cook, bro. Martz, let him
Let me
cook.
finish,
Come
bro.
to you.
Let me
Come on.
finish.
Let him cook,
No,
bro. Come on.
because you're not
It's
landing
Blackest
anywhere.
Jim of Martz.
He's not
Martz,
landing
Blackest Jim,
anywhere.
come on.
He's not landing. He's like a feather. He's just flying everywhere. He's not landing.
finish. What are you
Martz,
talking about?
Martz,
Did you watch the
it's
start?
Blackest Jim of Martz, Blackest. Come on. Proceed, bro.
Max is in front of Sainz, yeah? And for him to challenge, he needs to be beside him, right? Going into turn one. But he's put his car behind him. So please tell me how that makes any sense. In driving terms, it makes any sense. So then he tries to pull out. Instead of him going on the outside and try and take him in the inside into turn two, goes to the outside, right? And then slows down because he hesitates. And every single car behind him has to now brake. Unfortunately for George, he turns and Sainz is sideways onto him. Fam, it was Sainz. Sainz moved like a madman for no reason whatsoever. Poor start, poor execution of turn one, slowing your car right down, and then not expecting to get hit. What did he expect everyone else behind him to do?
So I just want to pick up something on this, yeah. Now, like on the start business, yeah. I'm not actually gonna run agendas here. I'm actually gonna honestly say what I think. When it comes to the start, we saw it with the Ferrari back at the previous race. I think it was Singapore. Like you could see Max had positioned his car facing the Ferrari. You knew what was going to happen. Like I don't get why the pole position guy just doesn't face towards the inside line. I just don't get it. It's like he's literally always.
He's trying to blame. He's trying to cut his signs in around the first corner. I agree with you. Just race in it and get to the first corner and use your races.
Okay. But look at it last year. Yeah, Max and Lewis. Lewis was second. Max was first. Max tried to push Lewis off the track, and Lewis held his line. He held his own through the inside line going into turn one. Like I just. And that is one gripe I have with the Ferrari this year and both drivers. Like when we've qualified pole at the start, we've not nailed it. It happened in Azerbaijan as well. Like at the start, we need to be a lot more stronger. Like be a bit more aggressive. Like the guy in P2 just sails past us all the time. And that's exactly what happened today. If Sainz had showed a bit of fight at the start, maybe it could have been a different story.
It comes down to reaction time. If you looked at on F1, I'm pretty sure it said that Russell's reaction was like 0.24 and Sainz was like 0.33. I might be wrong, but it was a 10th off. That's a lot for someone who's on pole to be making that kind of making that type of mistake is a bit mad. And I get why Russell got the penalty, because if we're going to be honest, Russell needs to do better in terms of controlling his car around that corner. It's a very tight corner, so he has to be better in controlling it. But we can't excuse the fact that Sainz thought that he can just move to the outside on turn one when he's made a series of mistakes leading up to that corner and expect not to get tagged. Like you have to obviously race where you don't crash into anyone, but you have to also realize that you need to race so you don't get hit. Like facts. But yeah, Sainz. This is Sainz's problem.
Go on, Martz. Talk then.
Hey, brother, you're on
Yeah,
mute.
silence. Like,
He's talking away on mute, man.
No, I say, man, it's just, yeah, it's George's fault. It's George's fault. At the end of the day, you're a race car driver. You should know. You see your car slow down. You know you just can't keep going straight into them. He locked up, and he crashed into Sainz because he's a bozo, and that's all he will be, and that's it.
Damn.
All right, he's not bozo, but it was a bozo moment for him, and he did lock up going into that turn, and he crashed into Sainz, and Sainz had every right to be there. Like Sainz is already turning.
So Martz, you're saying that if a car slows down to 0 miles per hour, everyone else should slow down to 0 miles per hour?
No, because the fact of the matter is he's slowing down to get in doing a turn, even though he hesitated. Yeah,
he finished the turn. He finished the turn.
He hadn't finished the turn because he's coming in. Sainz is coming in. Russell's coming in straight at him. He T-boned him.
Yeah, but
he can't do it.
Sainz has finished the turn, right? So
Sainz had not finished the turn. Sainz was still going around the corner.
What are you talking about? He finished the turn.
No,
you know why I know
Yeah, he hadn't finished the turn. He hadn't
finished the turn because then
George
caught him on the back wheel.
No. So if he hasn't finished the turn, yeah. If he hasn't finished the turn, how is he still in the corner?
Who?
That's why he's still in the corner. That's why he's not finished the turn.
But the corner.
You're going round, right?
It's a hairpin, isn't it? Turn one's a hairpin.
Hold on. You talk amongst yourselves.
You don't have to pull up the Now TV thing. don't go rewind that Sky. We know you got Sky.
I'm gonna look at it again, innit?
We know you got Sky Q.
Sky Q and glass.
We know you got Sky Q.
That's a Sky Q Pro. Oh shit,
man! But wait, Nam, I've got a question for you. If Russell was Max, whose fault is it?
In what sense? If
Russell was Max, if it was Max in Russell's position, and that accident happened, whose fault is it?
It's still Sainz.
If it was Bottas, whose fault is it?
Still Sainz.
Nah, you're lying.
No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I don't know why you think I have I don't have an agenda in regards to that. Yeah, when it comes to racing, if someone's having a good race or someone's having a bad race, I will call it out. Like I called it on Twitter. Max had an elite race this race. I don't have, you know me. I don't really like Max.
Now, ultimately, I feel like both Sainz and Russell had faults in that accident. Like Russell
Sainz just isn't good, but Russell still was at fault for the crash.
Russell saw Sainz coming.
Yeah,
Russell had the privilege to see Sainz coming. Russell could have taken avoidance action, but he didn't.
I think 5 seconds is light as well. Yeah.
I mean,
I think 5 seconds.
Again, it's easy to put it down as a first lap penalty, but because Sainz got taken out of the race, I feel like 5 seconds is fair. Personally, I wouldn't be mad at it. 5 seconds. 5 seconds at the start of the race, you can always claw that back if if your car is good enough. It wasn't one of those. It wasn't like they were going wheel to wheel and it happened and someone ran into someone. But
wait, did Lewis get 10 seconds at Silverstone last year?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So, it got 10.
Well, black tax in it. So.
But that was sort of wheel to wheel, no?
Black tax.
That wasn't really a first lap accident. That was sort of wheel to wheel.
That was a first lap. It was first. It was within the
but
second
sort of
lap,
wheel to wheel first lap, not turn one. It wasn't turn one. This was turn one, right? So
true.
Yeah. Plus also, George locked up too, so he locked up into Sainz. Are you watching it, Matt? Can you see the lockup? Oh, look, that's the look of a man. That's the look of a man that knows is wrong.
No. I'm still trying to look. You know, don't worry. I'm still trying to find.
Bro, just go on Twitter, bro.
Bro,
man. Let me put Ultra HD.
We got man. Look, you're moving like Ant Davidson on Sky Plus.
But that TV touchscreen as well.
Hey, it's gonna be like Jamie Carragher. Look, and here.
Yeah,
It wasn't right
here.
If you stop it right,
if Judge wasn't at fault, why did he apologize?
Yeah,
I've
just watched the back. George is at fault still.
He's at fault. He's at fault, man.
In all fairness, Nam, when I first saw it, I thought Sainz was at fault. I thought, it's a bozo moment for Sainz. But when you watch it back and you saw the replays, it was always George. Yeah. No matter how much of an agenda, and I don't like the guy that much, it was George's fault.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Richard, Nam's accepted
by the Tory leadership race. Legend. He saw Boris drop out and didn't know what to do, man.
That's all composure, you know. Shit. Right, cool. So we've defined that it's George, so cool.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next incident. That is Alonso and Stroll. Now there was a lot of upheaval on the TL for this. First, the hate on me jumped out. I thought this was Alonso's fault, but on further reflection, I can admit that it was actually Stroll's fault. So, Martz, I'm gonna come to you on this. Martz, who, without running an agenda, I don't know, it's hard. It was hard for me, I can't lie. I tweeted. But who was honestly at fault for the Alonso Stroll incident?
I plead the fifth.
Damn, King.
In all fairness, I only saw it once, bro. I only saw it once. I only saw one replay of it, and I just saw Alonso going to the back of him. So I can't really say. Honestly, I really can't say. So it's best to ask somebody else. So I plead the fifth.
Alright, cool. Kunle?
Yeah, bro.
Anik, go on, King.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, honestly, I'm an Alonso hater, but yeah, on first glance, I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, there's carbon fiber all over the track, and I thought other cars were going to get collected. But bro, upon replay, I think it's Stroll's fault. They're both. I mean, to be honest, they both moved late, but it's Stroll's fault. Like,
sorry, one second. Who's PB, bro? Is this Aldas's like burner or something, bro? What is this Alonso prop, bro? Are you mad?
Read the
comment. Hey, it's coming with my Hadsburner still.
Read the comment, Richard. Fernando popped up a wheelie, almost got launched into space and finished P7. I know who my goat is. Obviously coming in the live stream. But yeah, bro. They both moved late. I think it was like a natural reaction from Stroll, but it was a wrong reaction. Like he was trying to defend his line, but in my view, yeah, he caused the accident. So yeah, blame lies with Stroll there.
The way Stroll moved was like he didn't notice that Alonso was behind him, and then realized
he don't use his mirrors.
He doesn't use his mirrors. Come on, let's not lie here.
That's true. That's true. I agree with Martz. But yeah, I think it was Stroll, so I can't lie to you. To be fair, Kunle, do you agree? Do you think it was your fellow Canadian's fault?
Shout out my boy Stroll. That's my favorite terrorist. And this is why I love Stroll.
Hey, he's on form.
hey.
He's making my pop wheelies. Hey. Listen, you know what I mean?
Hey. You get how you live, you know?
Yeah, you live.
Alonso moved late and Stroll moved late.
He did.
You know when they say, like, if you think you're mad, I'm madder. That's Stroll. It's like every other driver on the grid lets Alonso get away with that. But Stroll's like, setting precedent for next year. We got, first of all, it was Perez. Told Perez, fuck off. You know what, yeah. Then Vettel came. It's like 2 years. Man, go do charities in UN or West Africa or something, like, go hold something. Alonso's coming in. Many have tried, many have failed. Stroll's going to get Alonso out of F1. Book it.
What?
Book
Can't
it.
wait.
Damn.
Well, I'm here for it. I'll be honest. I'm here
Stroll,
for it.
that's the final act of Stroll, and then he's gonna become a generational driver and he's gonna win a world championship.
Are you saying he's going to clip two legends and champions in his lifetime?
Oh yeah, he's doing that.
Who's the
Wow.
other legend?
Isn't
Wow.
Vettel a legend?
He's
Okay,
got four
yeah,
world.
him.
He's got one world
But who's
champions.
the
He's
other
got 4
one?
championships, my G. Yeah, like, allow him.
Oh, you're saying Alonso's not a legend?
Of course he's not.
Damn.
next-
Hey.
Next
Hey,
topic.
Listen,
cook
we
Martz.
will
Hey.
talk about those
Hey,
Fugazi
hey.
championships, bro.
Next
Hey,
topic.
But
cooking.
like jokes aside, Lance Stroll does break late quite often than not. He gets away with it, but then I feel like with the pace Alonso was on and the distance, it was really hard for like to avoid that. But the most surprising thing, God knows what they make that car out of, because it is fucking strong. Because I don't know how
It's
it
fucking
continued.
vibranium.
I don't know how it continued after that, and it was still like getting people off. Like it was still overtaking people.
No, but to be fair, I'm playing devil's advocate here, yeah. They spend so much money on fixing the floor, right?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, Martz, are you drunk?
Matt's is
What's
waved.
going on? Martz is drunk.
Matt's is waved.
you
Matt's
drunk,
is
bro?
waved.
Martz is a severe alcoholic.
Oh, fuck. Matt's is
Hey,
gone, boy.
Bro.
Martz got drinking
Bro.
problem.
No, man.
Like,
These YouTube comments kill me, man. These YouTube
Matt's
comments
is-
actually.
no,
Right.
but like they spend so much money on the floor. I expect it to be the probably the strongest part of the car,
Yeah, but
right?
man was wheeling up like my had's wheel bin. It was up like just rolling. He was like doing in the air, like when that
Hey,
happens,
my has
you
been
don't.
fuming in the comments, you know.
When that happens, you don't recover. Like I thought it was a red flag accident. Like that's how bad it looked.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Because it was up, it went side, he hit the barrier on the side or kissed it, and it was up, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is gone. But then he made it to the pits, he changed his tires. Like, how did his suspension not break? Like, how did he not have suspension damage?
Yeah,
But I
that
was-
I got too. But I think the way he landed as well, he landed on grass. It was kind of
It was a
there's
soft landing,
Yeah,
eh?
there's a lot of factors in it.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, I don't know how he led it.
it's crazy.
Oh.
But yeah, Stroll was out for. You don't. I mean, there's a reason why you don't move on braking. So, I mean, you don't move. Yeah, it was at 4. Fuck it. Scary hours.
Yeah, scary. That was still scary. All right, cool. Let's keep it stepping and let's talk about Lewis's performance. Of course, he managed to. I think he took the lead. Was it lap like 40 something like that? Ahead of Vettel. Obviously, Vettel didn't pit yet and stuff like that. Of course, then Max had a slow stop. I think it was about 9 seconds, something mad like that. So of course, Verstappen went on a mad charge. So of course, there was this like cat and mouse sort of thing. You know, will Max be able to catch Lewis? Blah blah blah. Max was on mediums, Lewis was on hards. You know, that sort of situation. But unfortunately, he did manage to get Lewis in lap 51. I mean, you could say maybe it was a bit controversial. Did Lewis fighting off? Was Max a bit too cheeky in terms of trying to overtake, man? I don't know. But Anik, I'm gonna come to you on this. Lord have mercy. What I'm gonna ask you.
Oh,
What did you think of What did you think of Lewis's performance today? Without running agenda.
I thought Lewis's performance was okay. I'll be honest. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on the timeline, like praising his performance. Like, well done, Lewis. You're my goat. This is why. I mean, that's a bit too much. I'll be honest with you. Like, he got first as a result of a Red Bull fuck up in the pits. Like, that pit stop was about 8 seconds. Okay, he ended up, basically a net P1. He had to overtake Vettel. I personally think they put the wrong tires on. Okay, they should have put the mediums on. Red Bull came in, put the mediums.
Sorry,
Charles Leclerc.
Boss, Anik.
Yeah.
If you watched, you know Lewis didn't have any mediums left.
This is
Like-
what I was saying to this
No,
guy.
hold on.
This is
If
what I was
it
saying to
was-
this
Tell
guy.
me.
This is what I
Hold
was
on.
saying to
Hold
this
on.
guy.
Hold on. Hold
But
on.
he
No,
was
he
just
did.
chatting rubbish.
He didn't, because
No,
they even
he did.
he didn't. He didn't have
he had a
mediums.
scrub set. He had a scrub set of soft.
Why would you put? Why would you
I
put
can
scrub?
put scrub
that
set
on.
of socks.
Why would you
I can
put
put
a scrub
scrub
set
much-
of mediums
honestly,
when you have new self hats?
Hold on. What was the other team that done it? Another team put on a scrub set of mediums.
Who put on a scrub
And
set?
they
When did they
alluded to it
finish?
in the race. They
When
alluded
did they
to it in
finish?
the race.
Where did they finish? Where did they finish?
I think it was a McLaren.
Where did they finish?
It doesn't matter. Hold on. It does not. It does not matter. In my view, they should have put him on mediums because at the end of the day, the Red
Your
Bull
view is wrong, and your view is wrong because I'm going to stop you right
It's
there.
correct.
No,
it's
it's
correct.
not because the medium tires never work for the Mercedes. This W13, and everybody knows every time they put on the mediums, the car.
His medium was the first to get cooked in the first stint. Like he was complaining of the mediums from lap 10. Brother.
No, from lap 4, bro. He was
Well,
complaining about mediums from lap 4.
How did you?
Well, at the end of the day, it didn't work out for Lewis, did it, on the hards? So hindsight's a wonderful thing. In my view, he should have gone. They should have gone to medium. They made a mistake. That's the first mistake there. Now,
It wasn't
Charles
a mistake.
Leclerc. It was a mistake.
It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Because why would you go to scrub set of mediums and the mediums don't even work for you?
Because you can go onto those scrub set of mediums and gap Leclerc and Verstappen instead of going out on a weaker tire that takes a while to heat up.
But it doesn't take a while to heat up, and you're actually talking nonsense because the fact of the matter is the heat was already in the tires by the time Max was challenging him. He came out in clean air, so he had more than enough time to get the tires working for him.
All right. Would he have overtaken Vettel quicker if he had mediums?
No, he wouldn't have.
Of course he would have. Of course he would have. Of course he's going to overtake. Come on, Martin. He's going to overtake. He's going to overtake Aston Martin quicker. With
Anik, I got a question.
They got the same power engine.
Anik, I got a question.
Power engine. The Mercedes.
Listen, we are
the Mercedes is miles ahead of the.
Listen,
Anik.
If we're putting the W13, hold on. If we're putting the W13 on level par with Aston Martin, please, Mercedes, you have completely screwed up your car this year. Because if that's what we're doing, then come on. Wait,
Anik, don't divert. Anik, hold on.
Anyway, no. I'm trying to stick to the point. I'm just saying. You guys, this defense league, calm down with the Mercedes.
You know why your point doesn't make sense.
Easy.
It's not a defense league.
It does.
Wait, when was the Vettel? No, not Vettel. The Alonso and Stroll crash. Before or after Hamilton went on hards?
That was after.
Okay, so if racing continued the same way, and it was BMP.
Hold on.
If racing continued in the same vein it did, the mediums will have fallen off by the time Max got to Hamilton. But because of those 2-3 laps that was saved from sitting behind the safety car. Yeah.
No, hold on. I think the safety car happened.
It was after.
I think it happened before the final.
22.
I think it was before the final round of pits, right?
Yeah, it was before the
final.
round.
It was before the final.
Yeah.
So before the final round. So the period after like the safety car thing had happened, like way after.
But which safety car are you talking about? You're talking about Bottas one, or
there was two safety cars. The first safety car was when Leclerc got easy safety car pair.
Yes.
But up Bozo and he still didn't use it.
Yeah.
Properly. And then the second safety car was Alonso and thing one.
And I'm trying to establish.
I don't think anyone pitted at that time. I'm
pretty sure Hamilton pitted for hards by then.
No, it pitted after that.
No, but this is no.
They pitted after the safety car. Yeah, the pits happened after the safety car ended, right? It wasn't before. Yeah. It was way after the safety car ended.
Yeah.
So no basically, one really saying... Richard.
Sorry, Kunle. Sorry. Just to establish, Verstappen pitted on lap 35, Hamilton pitted on lap 34. So Hamilton went on to his second hards, and then obviously Max went on to his second mediums. That makes sense,
right?
So the Stroll Alonso crash was like lap 21, lap 22, something like that. So it was way after. Basically.
It was after. So it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah, carry on. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Guys trying to use tire deficit, for the fact of the matter is that the Red Bull was doing 0.6 a lap on Hamilton. That doesn't make any sense. If your tires are hards or mediums, he was a sitting duck. It was never going to happen. Listen, I turned off the race here when I heard Matt's done 6/10 of Lewis's time, because that don't come from tires, man. That does not come from tires.
That does.
No,
That
it
does.
does
Look
not
at the
come from
tire offset.
tires.
The tire offset between the medium and
So
hard.
you're telling me there's 6/10 difference between
It
mediums and
doesn't come
hards?
from tires because the
It's
same
0.8 of a
hard.
second
It's the
between the medium.
performance
hard.
difference in the engines. The engine
same
Kota
hards.
is for two sectors is very
No.
power heavy. For about two sectors is very power heavy. It's only one sector where the Mercedes was actually performing really well, and that was the middle sector. Everywhere
It can't
else
be.
is that power heavy.
Can't be.
Yes,
It can't be
will.
because
You saw it in quali.
because the
You
middle
saw it
sector is
in
power
quali.
heavy. Bro, you're going around in
You
circles.
saw
The
it in
middle
quali.
sector is
The only
power
time
heavy.
the Mercedes
middle
did better
sector
than the
is
Red
power
Bull
heavy.
was in the middle sector. Was in the middle
How?
sector.
The
Yes,
middle
it
sector is where the
was.
straight is. The middle sector is where the straight is. Come on.
Okay, whatever sector it was, then there was one sector where it's doing wherever it was. But I know sector 2 was where the Merc was doing considerably better than the Red Bull, and that was it.
Listen,
All right, Anik,
the way
Anik,
I'm going to
Anik,
say
wait,
it,
Anik,
the
Anik,
way
Anik,
I'm going to
Anik, Anik, wait, before you say anything, let's roll it back to the pit stops, right? Mercedes did a pit stop with they switched to the hards, the second stop, when it looked like they were getting close to Max. The gap wasn't really it wasn't stretching it out like they'd expected him to stretch it out after that second safety car, because like the first safety car Max bolted off, it went off zone. But the second one, it didn't really look like it was still like a bit, if we do an undercut, we might be in front. So when Mercedes did that undercut and they went hards, Max came in and Leclerc came in. The same lap, the same time. Max had a slow stop. Leclerc had a better stop. Leclerc comes out in front of Max on soft tires. Freshly soft tires. Medium tires. My apologies. It comes out on medium tires, fresh mediums, off the rubber, fresh, smelling like bread, all of that jazz. Him and Max, they're side to side for a few laps, barely a second between them for a few laps. Max eventually goes by, but someone's medium falls off. Whose mediums is that? Leclerc's.
Leclerc's mediums fall off, yeah.
So if Leclerc's medium fell off a lap after Lewis's hards, why do you think Lewis getting on mediums would have made any difference?
Because he was in clean air, he has lighter fuel, and if you saw the data from Leclerc's first stint, his mediums were able to last longer, and he still had performance in.
But then that is
the end of the day. The end of the day, honestly, the way I see it, I see that Hamilton should have put up a better defense when it came to battling with Max Verstappen. He put up literally zero defense, and I personally feel as though if he was on mediums, if he was,
that is absolutely garbage.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Anik, hold on, Anik.
Hey, Richard, mute him, please. Richard, mute him. He's getting.
Wait, Anik, hold on. What?
I want a time, boys.
We're putting out information to a wider public here. Let's be fucking realistic. That's not true. It didn't.
Should have put up a better defense. Look how late Max went into the corner.
How much of a better defense?
Should have covered the inside line. He should have covered the inside line. Like, it's okay to say this about Lewis. I'm honest there. It's okay to say this about Lewis.
Anik, it's coming with DRS. Anik, it's coming with DRS with a tire that's working better in a car that's astronomically faster than the wheelbarrow is driving. What more defense did you expect Lewis to put there?
Simple. Honestly, if he fainted to the inside line, I'm telling you, Max wouldn't have gone for that. Max has a lot more to lose there.
Anik, this is
he's won the championship. He's got nothing to lose.
Anik, this is a Hall of Shame.
Bro, they had to do it for the Red Bull owner, didn't they? So there's a lot riding on it.
They didn't have to do shit.
Bro, he wasn't going to crash his car.
Anik, stay calm, bro. Come on.
Anik, you're bugging up right now.
He was never going to crash his car.
At the end of you know what? The worst thing is, Lewis is still my number one driver, but I am able to.
He's not. We've got evidence.
Keep Lewis's mouth out.
We've got a massive
to give him constructive criticism. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving him constructive criticism here. I just
Anik, put it on this pod.
Anik, let's not do constructive criticism when we're chatting shit. There's two different things. Bro, you're just you're getting me flustered, and it's a Sunday evening. I'm trying to relax because I've got work tomorrow morning, but you're having my blood is fucking rising because you're chatting shit in the sense of construct. It's not constructive criticism. Constructive, because like read the chat. Someone just said you could have done better, but Max would have still overtaken anyway. The ideal thing was let Max overtake in a place where he could get DRS back.
Just before I need to address this comment.
I need to go, guys.
Now, obviously, you're
we'll
gonna
pick this up offline. I'll pick this up offline.
By the way,
take care. Enjoy your evening. Peace, love to all.
Anik is not part of any Team H. He does not.
Anik is not part of Team LH, by the way.
He doesn't respect or admire Lewis Hamilton the way you think he has. We have mass evidence to prove that point, and we will be releasing it in our end of season podcast.
Anyway, wants a compilation.
Now that Anik's gone, can we talk real F1 racing, please?
Okay, yes. Is there anyone else that wants to speak on Lewis's performance? Because I can't remember what I even asked to start.
I mean, it was a decent. Like I wouldn't say it was great. It wasn't. Oh,
no. You have to.
No. This was a.
You have to say it was a great drive because
performance.
It was a good drive. I wouldn't.
No, it was
I'm not putting it. It's not top 5 Lewis performances.
You know what?
When you're talking about top 5, we look at Brazil. That's like I don't think that's probably his best performance, but it's definitely that's like top 2 performances.
It's not goated Lewis. It's not a goated Lewis performance. It's it's a Lewis. Let's be realistic. Lewis is setting standards for himself and for the rest of the sport. That when
he didn't do anything. Here's my thing. He didn't do anything
wrong.
Exactly, and he's in a far inferior car to the Ferrari and the Red Bull around him.
I don't think he did anything great, to be fair. And I'm saying this as a very as a big admirer and support of Lewis Hamilton.
I have to disagree. He was matching sectors with like Max. He was matching,
and that is great. That is good. That's nice. But at the same time, we watched the race, and Max was fidgeting with strat options. Like low key, I feel like Red Bull had issues in that race that they were managing and containing.
While Lewis had brake issues as well. I mean, there's a lot of factors in this situation.
I think you can say it was. You say it was great. I say it was a decent Lewis. I wake up and Lewis is in a car that can compete. This is the bare minimum that I expect from him. That's just me. It's for me. It's just the bare minimum. Maybe it's just the standards that we set for Lewis. That is maybe if someone else had this type of drive, it might be great. But for me, for Lewis, that's just what. Large up, my bro. He did his thing.
You know what this performance reminds me of?
I think when you're looking at it, when someone's doing 6/10 on you, what more can you do? I think at the end of the day, this was a great performance. He fended off Checo at the beginning. Not Checo, George at the beginning. He fended off anybody else. He managed to avoid the shenanigans on turn 1. And he kept a clean race. I mean, I know there was a bit of controversy when it was him versus Max, but apart from that, it was a sublime race, man. He did everything he could, and he and I think for once, I'll even give Mercedes praise here. They were very aggressive in their strategy, and they tried something different today, and they were proactive rather than reactive, which normally they're just more reactive in these situations, and they actually try to do something to actually win the race. And obviously, you're going up against Red Bull, and I mean, Cota was really kind of Mercedes' last chance to try to really win a race, but it was always going to be near impossible. So it's what the performance he put in was what he could, and it was a great performance. And listen, he just didn't put a foot wrong. He didn't put a foot wrong, and there's nothing you can really say. He even tried to even come back at Max later on in the laps and stayed within a second, within a second for like another 3 or 4 laps after that, after being overtaken. And not many can do that. Not many couldn't do that, especially in that absolute crap box of a car he has right now. So he did a great job for the car he has, and you can't put anything past that. And as I said, I even give Mercedes praise as well this week. They were very proactive in their strategy, and they actually tried something, and they got a P2, which was what probably the best that they can hope for. And well done to them, man.
Yeah, look, Lewis did a good job today, and he did the best he could in the circumstances. Look, for him to keep up with Max was in the first stint or the second stint. I thought he did a good job, to be fair. But in winning that race, I thought it was just going to be like it was too much. To be fair, you could see, with like 10 laps to go, the time coming down and whatnot. It was, you're asking a lot of him. To be fair, especially in that shit box. To be honest with you, so
I remember I saw it.
It.
When I saw it and he was leading, I was like, you're looking at it and you're like, oh, he's got 19 laps to go. But you're just looking at it, it's like, but that's 19 laps, bruv. And Cota's a long circuit as well. So you're giving Max a lot of time to catch up to you. There's not much he could do. I mean, as I said, once I heard 6 attempts, I turned on NFL Red Zone. I was just watching Red Zone. There was no point in watching the rest of the race because you knew what was going to happen. And you just saw the sector times just you just eating at it. So there wasn't, and those 2 long straights as well, man. There's 2 long straights. Once Max is in a DRS zone, if he's not getting him in the first straight, he's getting him in the second one. So there wasn't much he can do. There wasn't.
Yeah, I feel like with that race, once Max got it to 1.5 seconds and there was still like 7 laps to go,
game over.
It was cut-ins, right? I feel like everyone, it was sort of like, okay, this fucking guy's like Thanos right now. It's inevitable. Like, it's just going to be like, Max. One thing that we have to give Max credit for is that this year, it smells blood and it goes for it. Once you're in that range where it smells it quickly and it knows that, okay, you know what? I'm driving a car that's great. Like one of probably an all-time great car.
You know what it is, yeah? I actually, for the first time I saw this season, Max had a head loss moment. Like, I've seen him go up against Charles and he doesn't really have head loss moments. He just knows he's going to get Charles at some point.
Because he knows Charles is a boss.
But this time, he actually, once that stop happened, like, I think if he was going against Charles, he wouldn't even have minded that much, like an 8 second or 11 second stop, wherever it was. But this time, he had like a proper head loss moment and he was constantly worried about Lewis. So I feel like had Lewis been in like the Ferrari or something, or had a car that's similar to the Ferrari, I feel like Max this season.
I feel like Red Bull and Max know that even in a shit box, Lewis can pull out things that people cannot do. So, like, if it was just Charles in front of Lewis, they're not worried, they're not complaining. But knowing that it was Lewis there, it's like, okay, this is different gravy.
Yeah.
Like, this is a different sort of person I have to go. Like, I have to take it. It's a different sort of thing. So that's why they start having bullshit. Driss, he had the head loss during the pit stop, like when they messed up his pit. Like, he complained, like. But yeah, I'm just saying, give Lewis a better car. 2 tenths. All he needs is to be within 2 tenths.
He was not calm, sorry. He was not calm. This was the same Max from last season when like things were going wrong and he's like, guys, what's going on? Strat 2, what's Strat 2? I can't do, there's no drivability. He was having a head losses moment every minute, bro.
Yeah, and it was complaining about the wind, which like it does, like, it gives comments, but it doesn't. This year is not really done a lot of, I don't feel like we can drive this car, blah 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 blah. Forget about that. I think it's won the world championship already. It could be sarcastic. There's nothing at stake, really and truly. Like, it's just driving. Right now, it's just vibes. It's just basically, it's gonna set the record for most wins in the season. He's already matched it. He's probably gonna like win 2 more races and have that record. But today,
so he's not gonna give it to Checo now. You're not gonna let Checo win out his home race.
Well, did you see what Checo was doing at the end of the race? He was saying in that fucking Bottega sort of shit car, like celebrating like a little thought.
Celebrate like Bottas after Abu Dhabi.
Bruh, out there celebrating constructors. Like, your mates are out there getting podiums and you're celebrating constructors like a bitch. Anyways, moving on.
Damn. All right, let's speak on Max. Yeah, let's.
I ain't gonna be fucked up.
Hey, look. Let's speak on Max's performance then. So what do we think about his performance? Do you think it was because Nam actually tweeted? Yes, Nam of all people said it was a good performance.
I had to
I
check
almost
it
smashed
twice.
my phone.
I had to check
boy,
it twice.
I thought we got hacked.
I took
said,
my
yo.
glass. You know them ones where you see something like
Just
you take your glasses off. Like,
Look, where credit
Hold.
is due.
Oh.
Where credit is due. The guy, I mean, his team bottled his pit stop, and he still won the race. Like, I have to give it to him. He defended well against Charles, and he overtook them as well. Yeah, I have to. He didn't put a foot wrong. Even when he was faced with a 5-second penalty for track limits, he stayed the course. So yeah, world champion doing world champion stuff. I can't I can't fault him.
brother, I can see the pain in your eyes, bro.
It's
I can see as a bleeding
pain, bro.
Your eyes are.
I see the pain, bro. Nam, are you finally gonna admit that Newey built the best car?
I'm gonna admit that Newey knows how to read the regulations better than everyone else.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
Oh shit.
Cool. Max is.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
can
inevitable, bro.
Can we quickly talk about this? Sorry.
What's going on?
I don't really care about Max no more. We've given him enough praise this year. Has are protesting the result of the race against Alonso and Perez as neither driver was called into the pits with a black and orange flag for damaged cars, as Magnussen has been this year. And I was actually thinking this year, during the race, was like there was talking about Checo's wing end plate being hanging off or whatever. And it's like, well, why hasn't he been black and orange flag? Whereas K-Mag, within 2 laps, I know it's K-Mag, he's always in something, but why wasn't it applied to Alonso and Perez?
I feel like with Perez's one, if that hanging plate fell off before the lap ended, so there wasn't anything hanging anymore. Like the flap that was flapping, I think before that lap ended, it fell off. So it was basically like a structure, but it was just that the plate was broken, but it was still running. So usually with K-Mag's one, there's always something flapping. There's always something like doing, and with Alonso's one, the mirror came off. Like it literally just came off the car, and it still went on. Maybe they could have flagged that for not having. Maybe for safety purposes, they could have flagged off the mirror, but you can't tape the mirror, or you cannot change the mirror on the car while racing. Can you do that?
There must be a way to, because here's my issue with what happened here was Perez drove
sorry, Nam. Unless you're trying to be like Alpha, what's it called?
AlphaTauri,
where they basically like black taping the mirror onto the car.
Tape, yeah.
I mean, I don't see what they could have
done in that case. But here's the thing, yeah, and this is some of the gripes I have with FIA, yeah, is Sergio Perez was driving around how many laps with that wing, that front wing, the way it was, like several laps. So you could have identified what the issue was.
Was it several though?
It was several. It wasn't one.
TV picked it up, and like I think if I remember correctly, I might be wrong, but as they were talking about it, saying, "Oh, usually if Kevin Magnussen had this, he would have gotten like." I feel like at that point it fell off, like it just flapped off. It was
but even then, that's still like a safety issue, isn't it? Because if allowed it to happen for a couple of laps, and then now it's a safety issue because there's debris on the track. You should really been brought in to at least change your wing. Why wasn't that happen? Why didn't that happen? It's like, and even the mirror,
even the mirror. The issue with that is, yeah, you're gonna have to gaffer tape it, because if that flies off and hits someone in the heads, it's long. It's just long. So I don't get why there's this kind of
it did fly off though.
No, but like it could have hit someone in the head. It just could have.
Brother.
It's inevitability of how.
Bro, it's a side mirror, bro. No one's gonna die from that.
You're saying that, but then Massa got knocked out by a bolt. Like
It was a whole spring. It wasn't a bolt.
No, it
was a whole spring, bro.
Yeah. It's
which was heavier though, the spring or the mirror?
The mirror literally it came off like it was jangling and it just fell off.
Either way, the blunt instruments that can at high speed can really hit someone. So
Haas clutching at straws, man. They should have protested during the race when it was happening as to why they're not getting like if they saw that Checo's flaps were his wings were flapping for several laps, they could have complained during that time. They got communication with FIA. They could have done that during then and made FIA make the call. Not like, so what do they want to happen? Get them disqualified after the race? Like, what are we doing? Are we still a squad?
Joe, fuck has anyway. I don't care about them.
Yeah, who cares about
still audience. Yeah, go on. Especially you're going to stand a pussy up. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to hold on. Anyways, let's move on to my boy Sebastian Vettel. Listen, I know Martz hates him, but I don't give a fuck. My guy cooked today. Cooked.
That was a throwback.
Cooked.
Throwback performance from Vettel. Throwback.
Guess what?
What?
He's not here next season.
I
knew you were gonna say that.
Bad vibes.
Now, Richard, talk on Vettel, man. That's your boy.
Okay, yeah. I'll talk. Let me talk. All right, cool. So, Seb qualified. I think it was 13th, but got bumped up to 10th because of penalties for other man. Cool. Got off to a really good start. I think he tried to overtake. I think it was Alpine on the inside, and then he stood like switcheroo and sort of went on like the middle part of the track, so like the outside of the Alpine. Avoided the crash, thank God. Stroll was up to 3rd. Seb was up to 5th. The man that were cooking. I think they all got overtaken by Checo, blah, blah, blah. Of course, then later on in the race, Seb ended up leading it. Obviously, didn't pit yet, blah, blah, blah. Comes into the pits, ends up, 16-second stop. Absolute hell of a stop, to be fair. Comes out 13th. Has to then end up making bare time, battling like Grand Usual, just, fucking, I think even Mick Schumacher. Bare mid anyway. Bare meaty man in his way. Cool. Managed to get up to 10th in the points. Cool cooking. So it's about, I think, 4 laps to go. He was 6 seconds behind Magnussen. And Magnussen was on a one-stop strategy, which was crazy. You don't 38 laps on mediums, which is insane for Kota. Insane, to be honest with you. But he managed to make up the time. He had to do like 2 seconds a lap. He managed to end up doing that. If you have actually seen the overtake that he did on K-Mag, it was actually impressive. I can't lie to you. Like, he proper cooked. Managed to, what would have been possibly 5th or 6th, managed to end up score 8th. So it was a good, like, little recovery drive in the middle, to be fair. So, he done well in the circumstances. All you can say is, if you didn't get fucked by that bozo team Aston Martin, that he would have got more points. But, we've kind of been here before anyway. So, look, both of them cooked. Stroll cooked in qualifying. He managed to start P5. He would have got points as well, guaranteed, if he didn't do that stupid, mistake against Alonso. Now, you could put a bit of blame on Alonso for moving too late. But, look, listen, they're only 3 points behind Alpha now in the standings. So, some people said they'll finish 9th in the Constructors. Now it looks like they might finish 6th. So, when Nam said they'll finish top 3, it's not, maybe it's not looking that crazy anymore. You know what I mean? Maybe there's still a chance. So, hey ho, listen, I just want to give praise to my boy. Got you out of the day. That's all I've got to say. You get me?
No, that was a good. I liked it. It was good. It was doing well. It wasn't really like doing crazy. It wasn't going crazy like in front, but it was holding its own. It probably would have finished ahead of Russell. Probably. Because I think Russell was carrying damage and it wasn't really. Russell wasn't. It was in no man's land. If Vettel was there with the right pit stop, it probably would have. It would have finished ahead of Russell, but nah, Aston Martin, man, they fucked it up for him. They fucked it up. For him. Like they should not. Like there was a lot of things that happened in that stop. 16-second wait time. That is ridiculous. In F1 of today, them man should not get paid this week. Like, blame it on the cost cap. Don't get paid this week.
No food.
Skip.
No pork rinds. No lobster. No nothing.
No Uber
Straight
Eats.
rations.
Straight rationing.
No delivery. No delivery.
No delivery. Like, bring your rice from home. Like, turn off the water.
Bring your rice home. Let's take that as well. Hey,
Yeah.
give me your rice.
Bring your
Give me that
rice.
Uncle Ben's.
Exactly.
Yeah, you ain't eating today. Yeah.
But that was bad, man. I think they messed up. They messed up his what would have been his final standing, but he did okay, like, to recover. That overtake on K-Mag, oof, I loved it. Like last two corners of those the last two corners, right? Or like last four corners.
It was literally the last lap, the last like 5-6 corners. Yeah.
It was beautiful, and shout out Vettel. But I don't think he should have gotten driver of the day though.
Why?
I don't think he should have gotten driver of the day because I think Norris.
Actually, you know what? Hold right there. Tell us when we move on to drive of the day. Don't spoil it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
We'll keep that. Yeah.
Oh shit! I just clicked on. We're right on drive of the day. Silly me.
Who
Kunle, who's your driver of the day, King?
Who was official FIA driver of the day?
No, it was actually Vettel. That was the official. Yeah.
My driver of the day, Lando Norris.
Okay, I can't hate.
It was sensational. From the second part of the race to the end, bro was cooking. It was special. You know when you go Korean barbecue, you grill yourself. Lando was chefing that shit up. It was split. It was literally overtake almost every lap, and it was just going in zoom, easy peasy, zoom. And I loved it. It was beautiful to watch. And we had Danny Rick finishing last in the same car, and people are trying to tell me, "Ooh, blah blah." Fuck Danny Rick, man. I don't care. Not fuck McLaren team.
No.
Those be my bros. But fuck Danny Rick, man. I'm tired of this shit. It could get replaced right now, and I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'm tired of it.
Hey, listen, he was riding red wrong in the paddock. That's what he was doing.
Right.
He was doing all that horse riding shit.
Coming in and riding a horse and then dropping a stink of a performance. Subhanallah, astaghfirullah. Nah, we don't do that. Yeah, that's haram. But yeah, I feel like Lando Norris is very great today. Like, from where he started and where he finished, he did good work. Very good work.
Yeah, the thing I like
that's my driver of the day. Yeah.
The thing I like about Lando is that he silently goes about his business.
Quiet.
To fanfare, you know what I mean? Just, silently just gets the work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Use them bricks quietly, you know what I mean? Gets the shipments out. You know what I mean? Gotta respect it.
It talks a lot. It talks too much, like outside the grid. But when he's driving, he's quiet. Like, he goes, "Okay, you're next. I'm going. You're next. I'm going. You're next. I'm going." That's it.
Yeah. Mad. Martz, who's your driver of the day, brother?
Yuki.
Interesting. Explain why.
I can't lie. I don't think they showed Yuki on TV.
You didn't? I legit forgot he was there. I'm not even joking.
But you know what? On that note, Kwame, hold that.
Why? You got points.
No, Kwame was doing Yuki hate. Who was doing Yuki hate on the account? Who was doing Yuki hate?
It was Anik. He was trying to do Yuki.
Was it Anik doing Yuki hate on the account, saying this?
I think it was Anik. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Anik trying to do Yuki hate on the account, and Yuki turned around and got points. So Yuki, and that's the only reason why, because Anik's a bozo.
Yeah, because I know someone said he's not going to get points. Yeah, I don't even. To be fair, I don't remember saying Yuki, but
I don't think he was on TV. I don't even think David Crofty said Yuki's name.
Oh, I remember there was one time it was Gasly, Yuki, and Norris. He had a lot of TV time during that time because it was like a DRS train. I remember that.
That doesn't count. Crofty didn't say his name. The only time he said his name was when he was doing the grid announcements at the beginning.
Say my name, say my name. When no one is around you.
Baby, I don't want to say that.
Martz, we're live, bro. Don't do it, bro.
Martz,
please don't do it, bro.
Don't do it, Martz. Don't
do it. Nah,
we can't edit this.
I wasn't gonna say nothing mad. I didn't want to go, baby, I love you. That's it. That's what's wrong with that?
Oh shit. Now who's your driver today, bro?
Max Verstappen.
Damn! Hey, clip this up, people. This is a well face. Yeah, you take off your glasses.
It was a toss up between Lewis. It was a toss up between Lewis and Max, but I can't lie, Max did what he needed to do, boy. His team shagged him, and he still was like, you know what, I'm gonna win you a chip, and he won the chip. Like, I can't lie, he did what he had to do today.
Wow.
Credit where credit is due.
Hey,
what's exclusive? Max gives
24th October right now.
That's all you've Max Verstappen in the handle guys, bruv. Ones where their photo is just Max celebrating. They don't put any family on there, nothing. It says Max MX33.
MV0.
MV0. MV1.
MV squared.
Them ones that keep on saying that I have hate for Max. Bro. I don't have hate for him.
That's a crazy one. Max getting praise from them. Wow.
Crazy. Look at JL hating in the comments. Pussy up. Anyway, sorry. Let's move on to
Hold that JL.
Hold that JL. Hold that pussy.
Hey, relax, Richard. We're live.
Nah, hey, listen. We got 4 dangerous. You know what I mean? 4 dangerous ads on here. What you want to do, bro?
Oh, Lord of mercy. Well, yeah.
Right, cool. Let's move to Latifi Award. Who had an absolute stonker today?
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Was I on mute? Was I talking on mute?
Were you talking?
I don't know. I wasn't watching your mouth.
I wasn't really watching you, bro.
I was watching the comments.
So yeah, I was trying to get that JL comment up, bruv. Because why is this guy talking reckless, bruv?
Listen, can't come on the pod, but what's the chat shit in the comments? If I speak,
wait,
they're one of the same person, bruv.
Yeah, true.
All shot at the start of the season, and then midway they just vanish off.
Disappeared. Doing a holiday.
Ferrari boys.
Ferrari boys holler. All right.
Nah.
Cool.
What for Latifi?
No. We're just talking about JL and Anik.
Well.
2 bozos of the same team.
Are they like? Are you saying they're like the reverse of the Rock Boys? Ferrari boys in the house tonight.
I'm dying. Fucking hell.
I'm dead. Right, it's getting a bit late now. Okay, let's run through these things. Yeah, Latifi Award. Kunle, talk to me, King.
Yeah, there's a lot of nominations, bro. Lance Stroll, I don't know what you were doing.
He bottled points today. That's poor, man. I can't lie.
Danny Rick, I don't know what was going on there. Aston Martin, what the fuck were you doing? Who else? Anik, just because his name is Anik. But yeah, I think ultimately, Danny Rick, man, if Latifi is finishing ahead of you, then
Latifi didn't finish ahead of him.
Danny Rick finished last, no?
No.
Nah, he overtook Latifi. I did recall that. I did see that.
Did he overtake him?
Yeah, I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, but
the Latifi Award today goes to Latifi.
No, it goes to Ocon.
No, it goes to Latifi.
What did Ocon do wrong?
Latifi spun it.
He finished behind Alonso.
Huh?
He finished behind Alonso.
It started from the pits.
I don't care. He still finished behind Alonso.
But I have some shame, man. Drop that.
I don't care.
Latifi
I said he's getting my vote every time he finishes behind Alonso.
It started from the pits, bro.
And Alonso had damage, and he still finished behind him.
Bro, you're bugging.
And he's in a fast car.
Rich, the Latifi Award goes to Latifi. The guy spun it unprovoked and still finished behind a guy who came back on horseback.
And the fact of the matter is, Ocon was in 7th as well at one point, and he finished outside the points.
That was before the pits, before he had the pits.
I don't care.
Goodness gracious.
Just Ocon. Right, wait. So yours is Ocon. Kunle, who did you say yours?
Danny Rick, man. Let me just book it. For every race where Danny Rick finishes significantly behind Norris, up until the end of the season, he's going to be getting my Latifi Award.
Calm.
Just book it.
I respect
Yeah.
it. I respect it.
If Norris finishes sixth, if Danirik doesn't finish in the top 10, Latifi Award. I don't care what happened to him. Just get in it.
Cool. Right, let's run through Liz's questions then. Cool. Let's start off with the first one. Fellow cast member Anik. Who was at fault for the Alonso Stroll incident, or was it a racing move? We kind of already touched on this already, so skip that.
Skip that.
Right, another one. Duxon Crack 9. Why does the principal Haas never get heat for being one of the worst ones ever? Has to be a laugh on DTS tax, to be honest. Spot on.
Yeah,
DTS.
I mean, you answered your question yourself. It's DTS tax.
Yeah, it's DTS
No,
tax. That's all this.
No,
Are you?
no,
Wait,
'cause
who asked the question? Was that Chris's burner account?
Nathan.
Nathan.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Chris's burner account. But yeah.
Maybe. Hey, maybe.
Never seen both of them in the same place.
True.
You spitting true.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. Cool. This one off Tommy Ajay 1. If Anik is there, I need an explanation of why Leclerc could not catch up to the wheel battle that is the W13. After he proclaimed that Leclerc would finish ahead of both Mercedes. And Anik, pull up, King. Anik, pull up, King. Anik, where you at, King?
He's still here.
Don't worry, he's writing. He needs to prepare for his the Tory leadership.
Fair enough.
He's writing.
He's writing the manifesto, eh?
Yeah, the Boris is gone now. He needs to do the speech. It's a lot. It's a heavy week for him next week.
Fair enough.
But
he's got 100 backers in it. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yeah. Sorry, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, damn.
But Leclerc, Leclerc. I'm waiting for the day that we stop pretending that we had a title race. When we do, we can all have an honest conversation about Charles Leclerc and the championship that he essentially bought.
Attempted.
Bruv, you can't win. How many races did he win this season?
3.
That's for 3 from like 9 poles or something like. Oh, from 10
bare
poles.
For
3
bare
from
poles.
10 poles.
So
I ain't even go Magic City.
So are we saying his title push was like
Leicester go for top 4?
He was basically Mr. Saturday. That's what he was.
Wow.
He did do George Russell. Damn.
What's Saturday?
Damn, King.
Was it
Samedi?
Yeah.
Monsieur Samedi? Damn.
Monsieur Samedi. Oh, damn.
That's the title of the
King.
Damn.
Damn. Right. Last question. This is off Stefan Bow. Who's on board tonight? Can Martz explain what the hell was Gio playing at? As you know, Martz is on.
I would rather.
I have no stocks in that you whatsoever, brother.
I would rather see a one-handed Kubica back than ever see Giovinazzi, bro.
That's facts, though.
He was shocking. How has he been in it? And how has he been in it? And
he been there before I could even turn on free practice.
And junior Indy drivers are taking around McLarens like they've been sitting in that F1 car for like years. That's shameful, bro. That's shameful.
Disgraceful, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Giovinazzi.
Boy, Martz, speak on your boy.
Martz, what did you ever see? Boy. What did you see in that boy? Why were you supporting him so bad? Why were you riding for him?
I didn't see nothing, man.
You rode for bro, though.
I did not.
You did.
You rode us with him.
I said it. I used it for prop against George Russell. That was it.
Wow.
That was it.
That Zambo P7 quali got you gas from.
So wait, hold on.
I don't remember anything.
Wait. So you backed a terrible driver just as an agenda against George Russell?
Yes, 100%.
You were moving like these Tory MPs.
Yes, I was.
I'm backing Boris.
I have no shame about it.
On the Asian guy.
Martz Quattron. Damn. Boss Qualtering. Oh shit.
Honestly, the guy binned it before I could even turn on free practice one. So I didn't even know what happened.
I actually forgot. I forgot it was doing free practice, and I just went to BBC just to see what was going on. And I see a red flag. Giovinazzi's bitched here. It's like, brother, you're not getting.
I would have backed him if he got the seat for Haas next year over Mick. Hey, listen, the prop I would have run.
That guy's going. That guy's going MotoGP, boy. That's where he's going.
MotoGP don't.
MotoGP.
Yeah, I'm saying that he.
If he can't drive a car, why do you think he can?
It didn't land.
Bro.
Don't worry.
You might be on the same. I feel like you might be on the same thing Martz is on right now.
He's on that cognac, boy. Shit, cognac and Ray.
It's crazy,
boy. It's just
nah,
crazy.
I'm just feeling ill, man. I feel sick.
Are we done? Are we done?
Because Max won.
No, not even that. I'm doing that. Never that. Well done, Max.
Anik took life out of me, bro. Tired.
Gio Mazepin or who?
Mazepin.
Cards Kayan.
What?
Right, okay. What's
Gio Mazepin? That sounds like a terrible
Kobayashi. That's who I'm picking. Bring back Kobayashi.
Right. Anyways, it's getting late anyway, and Anik's still doing up terrorism, and it's bleeding my eyes bleed. So, right, cool. If you got to this far of the live stream, thanks so much. Please remember to, of course, like, comment, subscribe. Follow us, of course, on Twitter and Instagram on the Pitstop Fracas, and make sure to leave a 5-star review on and TikTok. Yes, make sure to leave a 5-star review on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and follow us on TikTok, where you'll see Martz doing up TikTok dances as well.
Are we doing up TikTok now, like Gen Z babies?
Yes, we are. Martz is doing 2-step. Martz is rapping to Digger D. To ST.
You make me sick.
I heard that he's doing the griddy dance in every constructor's uniform.
Yes,
from now to the end of the season.
We see Martz bust the griddy. Boy,
doing the grid in a Haas uniform is wild.
That is elite host skin. It's my god. Wow. You can do with Mick next year. You ain't got a seat.
If I ever. Oh fuck's sake! I'm tired.
And my wife today told me that Mick Schumacher should be one of the people on the chopping blocks for a seat. Yeah, I died because this woman doesn't watch Formula One. All she saw was a few laps and was like, "Yeah, Mick."
You ain't it, dog.
It ain't it.
You ain't it.
She even said the only reason why he's got a seat is because of his father's name. I was like, wow.
Let's go to this live stream before we get cancelled anyway.
Not your wife running.
Itching.
You know, it's your wife.
Martz is gripping that beard, boy.
Martz is holding back. Like,
you don't cast last.
Now everybody
got jump very fast. Hey.
Is that Mick's ringtone?
What?
Are you saying that's Mick's ringtone? I'm so confused.
Alright, my Richard, lock this shit off, man.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Alright, cool. Nice. Now everybody go chop seats for Mick.
Mick, no, but to be fair, Mick should be the new host of Sky F1 in Germany. It would be good for him.
Bro, he's barely driven the car. Why are you
telling
him?
Be perfect there.
Why are you telling man to it already?
Anik's saying what song is that?
Sounds like off the pod. He still gets a job.
Anik's asking what song that is.
Hey, lock it up. Hey,
yeah,
guys,
we know.
Thanks for tuning in. Peace.